Hi, my name is Jamal McMillan, and we are here live at the TSP Traffic, Sales, and Profit event right here in Atlanta, Georgia, created by Lamar and Ronnie Tyler. Over the weekend, we will speak to key industry professionals Jermaine Dupri, Issa Rae, and Cathy Hughes. We will cover topics such as marketing, entrepreneurship, maximizing your profits, scaling your business, and increasing your financial literacy. Let's get started. I'm here with Ms. Alicia, and you were talking about ChatGPT and AI.
Yes.
And so my one question for you is, what are some effective ways that AI can be utilized to build and maintain strong relationships with customers and industry partners? And how has the development of AI influenced your marketing strategy?
Yes. So AI can be used in so many different ways, but when we're talking about using it in business and using it to help us in relating with our customers, we can use it from everything from the communications that we do, email marketing, answering emails with our customers, to creating new content for them. So as we use my favorite AI tool, ChatGPT, it's an amazing content tool once you know how to use it and you train it to the best of your abilities, and you're able to definitely say, this is what my customers want, and I'm going to give it to them in social media posts and articles and blog posts, in emails and newsletters, and the list goes on and on. And the one thing that I really love about AI and where it's going right now is that as business owners, as we really look to take advantage of the tools that are out there, it can really help us to be more efficient in our business. It can help us to replicate some of those tasks that we want to do but not do ourselves. So now it helps us just in productivity. We see increase in our business, and it makes us happier because we've got tools that are doing most of the work for us as long as we know how to work them.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they have the fear that technology is replacing things, but I feel it could be, your greatest asset if you allow it.
It is. And what I like to tell people is those business owners who are embracing AI, incorporating it into their businesses, those are the ones that are really going to see the tremendous growth. So if you don't want to get left behind, you have to get on the wave of AI right now. It's nothing that can be ignored. It's not going away. It's only going to continue to grow.
Thank you. And can you tell our viewers where to find you?
Yes. My website is alicialittle.com, so ALICIA little.com, and you can also find me on social media as the Queen of AI, and Alicia as Alicia Little as well.
Okay, well, you have it, the Queen of AI. At Jamal McMillan Sheet Magazine, you speak a lot regarding leaving a legacy. How would you define legacy, and what keys would you suggest are instrumental in building them?
Great question. So for me, legacy goes to a few different ways, but I think it's dependent on the person. What's important, specifically in the African American community, is legacy looks different. It needs to be one part wealth. When we talk about wealth is not just money, right? Wealth is we have to create money to then go from money to wealth. Then we gotta protect the wealth. Then we gotta be able to pass it down. That's something traditionally we haven't done, because even when we got it, we didn't protect it. That's why people get rich and then lose it all. We haven't passed it down. That's why we go from generation to generation. Every generation starts over again. So we got to break that piece of it. But then the other part of it is legacy also goes beyond money. One of the things my wife, who's my partner, we always say is that for our children, we want to leave a legacy of love, where they can say, hey, you know what? My mother, my father, what we know is that they loved each other. We know they worked together. We know it wasn't perfect, but they made it happen. And then because of that, we better people. And then we got a lens of, and then I've been talking all weekend about, if you see it, you can be it. That's not just money, that's relationships. That's communication. That's like everything else right in the whole spectrum.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So, Mr. Ben.
Yes, sir.
It's the 50th year of hip-hop. In your professional opinion, what is the state of the music industry as a business now versus as it was 50 years ago?
So you got to think about the evolution was a different cause and purpose than where the commerce is now. Like, people did it for the art, not so much for the money. Now people are really performing for the money, right? So I think that's a big paradigm shift from where the core of just art has gone to now where business is now taking over.
What inspired you to become an entrepreneur, and how has your experience in the music industry influenced your approach to business and entrepreneurship?
Thirst, I think, makes you become an entrepreneur. But I would, just to wake up one morning to be an entrepreneur, I wouldn't advise anybody to do that, because it's not fun. You know what I mean? It's not fun. It's not exciting. It's not something that you get glory out of immediately, right? It's a whole bunch of no's, it's a whole bunch of headaches, it's a whole bunch of arguing with people, it's a whole bunch of convincing people to believe in something that you believe in that they can't even see yet, right? So it's really just about your thrust and how you feel as a person on the inside. Because just waking up in the morning and saying you're going to be an entrepreneur that's not a choice that I would even tell somebody to do.
Awesome.
For me, it just came down to what we're already doing. So the first vertical, as I mentioned, was Color Creative. Color Creative started off as wanting to find these up-and-coming writer creators, showrunners, and give them these opportunities to produce a pilot. And so when we did produce our pilot, we were ultimately finding them also these opportunities. We were being their managers. We were trying to set them up on meetings. We were setting them up with managers and agents. And oftentimes they would come back to us after we set them up with managers and agents to be like, things don't get me like y'all got me. Can we just continue to work together? And so it came down to, we should do this. We should start a talent management company. We know what it takes. We believe in these creators. We're hiring talent. We're finding them. And we're just handing them off to another management company to do the same. Let's do that in house, and let's build a team around it. And so that's how Color Creative started. And then with Insecure, once I was doing that show, it was a very music-heavy show, and I was very particular about placing the music. And I worked with an excellent music supervisor, who helped me find a lot of the artists that kind of fit the sound that I was looking for. But the music became such a big part of the show that record companies were coming to me asking me, what if I wanted to be a rap artist? And I was like, no, y'all not watching the show correctly. For myself. But then somebody else was like, you should have a label. And I was like, that seems more to my desires. And so we usually did a collaboration with Atlantic to start a music label, which ultimately became radio. And through that, our company grew into a music supervision business, where now we do countless shows on air that aren't just our shows that we do in-house. And so that was just an organic business. And then we were already creating podcasts. And so that's how we developed the fact that we're in audio everywhere. We want to be audio everywhere company. We want to be everywhere that audio is. And so that was an organic component.
What motivated you to start your own media company, and how did you stay focused and committed during the early stages of building your business?
I started my own company, to be quite candid and transparent, because I don't like taking orders from other people. All right. And I recognized that when I was a child with my mother and father. So I knew it was only going to get worse as I got older. And so I decided that probably the best employment that I could seek would be to work for myself. Blue Chip, for those of you all who are not aware, was an Ohio radio corporation owned by two brothers, two African Americans. It was my first venture into trying to keep urban radio black owned. Wow. When I first went into black radio, there were 300 or so stations now. we're down to about 110, of which I own 70. That's not good. That's not something to be proud of. So Blue Chip was my very first opportunity to buy a Black-owned company, which ultimately led to me buying Tom Joyner's company, Reach Media. But that's very important to me, that we tell our story from our perspective, all right? Because it's not someone else's responsibility to really understand who we are and accurately interpret that which we want. We can only do that through our own. There's an old African proverb that I love, that I quote quite frequently, which is that the tail of the hunt will always favor the hunter until the lion learns how to talk.
Wow.